and founder of Theranos, a blood testing company, and who was also a Silicon Valley sweetheart, and also the sweetheart of many big shot investors, was jailed yesterday to 11.25 years in prison for defrauding investors, for wire fraud, and conspiracy. What is interesting to me, if you have followed the entire trial, is that many of the patients who seriously got injured because of the falsification of their test results, who were actually relying on these test results for their own health, was not even considered as a crime, which is to me actually pretty unbelievable. So this sentencing was only based on money. And even when they are decided that the patient's testimonies and the patient's damage should not or will not be included, it was for me from that moment on like, what is going on here? Okay, she was sentenced to jail for 11.25 years for, as I said, defrauding investors, wire fraud, and conspiracy. Again, all about money. So again, what is so interesting to me is the following. If you have followed the trial, she, in the very beginning of the trial, suddenly she was pregnant. Oopsie. So everyone, was talked all in the media that suggested like if somebody like her with that characteristic like her was 100%, using her pregnancy to get, in the blood of the jury to get reduced sentencing, or even not sentencing at all. Everybody was believing that, knowing who Elizabeth Holmes is, what kind of mindset she has. And then the trial was ongoing, and while at the sentencing, she apparently had her child, and boom, she was pregnant again. Like, I just can't believe how people actually using, I've seen so many women using pregnancy or having a child for their own purposes. It's mind-blowing to me. What is also mind-blowing to me is that when I saw it a few days before the sentencing, or it was even a couple of days before the sentencing, that Cory freaking Booker, a senator of New Jersey, wrote an open letter, or actually was one of the people who wrote an open letter to the court that they should reduce the sentencing of Elizabeth Holmes. What is happening? What is going on? Is Senator Cory Booker, who is known, by the way, who gets a lot of funding from pharma. We know that, right? So because apparently Elizabeth Holmes is his friend, and she, I'm paraphrasing, she wasn't doing this from the badness of her heart. She really wanted to help people. She really, really wanted to. And then also, because apparently, I guess she was pregnant. Or is pregnant. How many women give birth in jail? I hate this hypocrisy. I just can't believe this is just like so openly now, so hypocritical. Why is she different than anybody else? I am never a fan of Schadenfreude. Never. I just don't like to even talk about this stuff. What I, as a person who believes and promotes and preaches truth and honesty in every single thing we are doing in our lives, seeing this gives a sigh of relief that, okay, you know what? This is justice. But I would have preferred that the justice for the people who, the patients actually, who are literally relying on this blood test, would have gotten justice too. This sentencing was all about money, investors defrauding and the wire fraud and all that. So, and by the way, what is also interesting, I don't know if it's, how this rules work, but she will not be required to report to the jail until April. I don't know how this works and what will happen in the meantime. Will she be, running free like everybody else, or how does this work? But that's what it is. So she will not be needing to report until April. So there's a chance, I think probably, maybe, that they are trying to maybe reduce it or something, not sure. But one of the juries, actually a writer, I guess a famous writer or something, who was in the jury, actually talked to reporters and said something like she was 100% guilty because she was the CEO and every single thing was going through her. So she was aware of every single thing that was happening in her company. So that's why they all said she is guilty. So that's the news. Let me know what you think. I hate hypocrisy, and I have several videos about, how the elite does all this hypocritical stuff and think they can get away with it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.